Bonjour! If you are preparing for the DELF A2 examination, this video is for you. The oral exam is in 3 parts. First of all, we have l'entretien dirigé, which is followed by le monologue suivi, where you have to make a little presentation. And finally, l'exercice en interaction, which is basically a role play. The part we are interested in today is the first one, l'entretien dirigé. So if you are interested in that part too, then just stay with us. Vous êtes prêts? C'est parti! L'entretien dirigé has 2 parts. And the aim is for you to introduce yourself. And it's very important to practice that part. If you are well prepared, you will not be as stressed and you will start by giving a good impression to the examiner. In the second part, the examiner will ask questions which you will have to answer. Those questions can be based on what you have said or they are just new questions. That is l'entretien dirigé. Let's look at the assessment criteria. It says here, peut établir un contact social. So that means that you need to be able to greet appropriately, se présenter, introduce yourself, et décrire son environnement familier and describe your familiar environment. And the second criteria is peut répondre et réagir à des questions simples. You can respond and react to simple questions. Peut gérer une interaction simple. You can interact in a simple manner. The exam has just started. What is the first question you're going to hear? Well, you could hear something like pouvez-vous vous présenter? Présentez-vous. Parlez-moi de vous. So let's look at this again. Pouvez-vous vous présenter? Présentez-vous. Parlez-moi de vous. They're just asking you to introduce yourself. The part regarding introduce yourself will last 1 minute and 30 seconds. And during that time, you will need to talk about quite a lot of things if you don't want to have too many questions. You could start with the name, age, nationality, profession, your status, if you are married, divorced, single, your family, if you are married and have children, or if you are at school, you could talk about your family like brothers and sisters, where you live. You could even describe your house or your apartment, where you work, and if you go to school, where you go to school, and even describe your school, what sports you play, and maybe your hobbies, what you like doing. So here's an example. I have 2 examples actually, one for those who are in schools and for adults. So let's start with the school one. So you could say bonjour, je m'appelle whatever, j'ai whatever un. You can talk about your family, j'ai un frère, ou j'ai 2 sœurs. You can start talking about school, je suis en 3e, or whatever, if it's not 3e or 4e, whatever. Je vais au collège, etc. You could talk also about your nationality. I didn't put all this, but I didn't have much room. Je joue au football. Je fais partie d'une équipe. So I play football and I'm part of a team. Équipe is a team. Je m'entraîne régulièrement. So you practice regularly. J'aimerais devenir footballeur professionnel. I would like to become a professional footballer. À part le foot, j'aime lire des bandes dessinées en anglais et regarder des films à la télévision. Apart from football, I like reading cartoons in English and watch films on TV. I don't believe that this would last 1 minute and a half, but that gives you an idea of what you could put. So this example is for an adult. So you could start, bonjour, je m'appelle so and so. Age is not compulsory, of course. Je suis, and you could talk about you can mention your nationality. You can say that you are married. I put je suis mariée here, but if you're single, je suis célibataire, or je suis divorcée. J'ai 2 enfants, I have 2 children, and then you said one is obviously a girl and a boy, and you give the age. Then you could move to where you work. Je travaille à la banque, and you add how long you've been at the bank. 5 years, so I've been working at the bank for 5 years. Then you move on to something else. Je vais à la gym 3 fois par semaine. So I go to the gym 3 times per week, and then you could say why. Car je voudrais perdre du poids, because I would like to lose some weight. J'aime lire des romans, so now we're going into hobbies. I like reading novels. Et je vais souvent au cinéma le week-end, and I often go to the cinema at the weekend. And then you can continue with more things. My advice to you, you need to time yourself. Make sure that you at least reach 1 minute. So you finished your presentation, you finished introducing yourself. You may hear some questions. So I'm just going through 3 questions which are possible, but of course, there can be questions on anything, especially what you have already said. So now, if the question is, qu'est-ce que vous faites d'habitude le week-end? Qu'est-ce que vous faites d'habitude le week-end? What they're looking for here is the use of the present tense and also possibly reflexive verbs which you could use if you want to say that you get up a bit later and something like that. You could use it in the answer. Here's an example. Le week-end, je fais la grasse matinée. Faire la grasse matinée means to have a long lie in bed. Je me réveille vers 11 heures. I get up around 11 o'clock. Et je me prépare pour aller en ville. And I get ready to go to town. Je fais les courses. I go shopping. Faire les courses here, food shopping more exactly. Another possible question. Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait pendant l'été l'année dernière? So here what we're looking for is the past tense. And you could say je suis allé wherever, à New York, for example, ou à Paris. J'ai visité des monuments et des musées, etc., etc. Make sure that you can use the past tense. Another question, and that is my last question. Quels sont vos projets pour les grandes vacances? Quels sont vos projets pour les grandes vacances? Straight away, you can see that it's future. So you need to make sure that you can use the future. But if you can't remember the future tense, you can still use the immediate future. So for example, here I said, j'irai aux États-Unis. Je rendrai visite à ma famille. So I will go to the United States. I will visit my family. But if you're stuck, you could say, je vais aller aux États-Unis. Je vais rendre visite à ma famille, and that will work very well too. Now I would like to draw your attention to some mistakes which are often made during that presentation. So what is in white with the red cross is basically what you shouldn't say, and the right answers are in the blue section. So for example, if you want to say that you've been learning French for a period of time, you have to remember that depuis is what you need to use. So you would say j'apprends le français depuis 2 ans and not pour. Now, if you are married, very often I hear I'm married with 2 children. No, you're not married to your children. You need to say je suis mariée et j'ai 2 enfants and I have 2 children. And for the color, I often hear j'aime bleu, because in English we say I like blue, but you have to remember that colors are masculine and it's also a noun, so you need to use your article. J'aime le bleu. Voila, that's all for me for today, so please don't forget to like the video and share it, and of course don't forget to subscribe. Au revoir and bonne chance, good luck!